Viewers. Hello epic viewers from around the multiverse, prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm going to commence my review of Halo Infinite. Is this game preordained to have merit? Is it preordained to be a paradigm of resounding perfection? Or is it preordained to be characterized by insipid mediocrity? In my objective opinion, I would deem Halo Infinite to be a mediocre game at best, but is likely preordained to be appalling in practically all facets. Now, why, you may ask? Well, let me just elucidate why right here, right now. First off, after 343 Industries took up the mantle, after they took up the reins, after they seized control of the Halo franchise, they completely bastardized everything. Halo Infinite, just like its predecessor games, churned out by 343 Industries, is preordained to have a terrible campaign mode. That's right, the story mode is likely to be uninteresting, anticlimactic, and is likely going to be fraught with poor writing. Furthermore, it's likely going to be devoid of intricate character development, it's going to have repetitious gameplay, and new enemy types are likely to be lackluster in nature. So I'm not looking forward to the terrible campaign mode that Halo Infinite will provide consumers. Now, what about the multiplayer? Isn't that where the fun transpires? Isn't that where the action is out of control within? Well, the multiplayer options in Halo Infinite are going to be very finite. They're going to be very limited. They're going to be pared down. So it's quite a shame and quite a pity, but it is what it is. It's going to have far less online multiplayer modes than Halo 3, than Halo Reach, and other Halo video games developed by the venerated, revered, notorious, renowned Bungie. The multiplayer is going to play more like a Call of Duty game rather than a nostalgic classic, slow-paced Halo video game developed by Bungie. So the armor abilities are going to be prevalent throughout the multiplayer, and customization is going to be less than a Call of Duty video game. So Halo 5's multiplayer is not homogeneous to Call of Duty. It's a lesser version of Call of Duty multiplayer, to say the least. When I said Halo 5, I meant to say Halo Infinite. Sorry about the faux pas, sorry about the blunder. So essentially, Halo Infinite's multiplayer plays more like a reskin version of Call of Duty's multiplayer, but with less multiplayer modes and less customization options, and worser gameplay, in my opinion, because you have less latitude for customization, and the armor abilities completely taint the franchise and put a damper on the experience of playing Halo multiplayer, because these armor abilities were never initially inducted into the Halo series. They were released right before Bungie relinquished the IP to 343 Industries. So, in other words, in a nutshell, to recapitulate, the multiplayer options will be finite. The multiplayer will play more like a Call of Duty game, and it just won't feel like a classic run-of-the-mill nostalgic Halo game. So it will ultimately be an appalling, egregious, abysmal experience for Halo veterans to partake in. And if there is a Forge mode, the options will likely be very, very, very finite, to say the least. So I'm not looking forward to Halo Infinite. I've lost all esperance. My expectations are very low, and I may consider buying it for $10 or less when it plunges in price. So Halo 6, aka Halo Infinite, does not warrant its asking price of over $60, and at best I would rate it to be a 5 out of 10, just because it veers away from its roots. It's not a throwback to its roots, and it's just a bastardized version of a Halo game and a Call of Duty game combined. It feels more like a reskinned Call of Duty game in terms of its multiplayer, but with unwelcome gameplay mechanics and with an unappealing campaign mode that is mediocre at best, if that. So I hope that you found this review to be insightful and enthralling. I recommend and advocate straying away from Halo Infinite. Once again, I hope that you found this video to be intriguing. Goodbye.